expression video. So another thing that makes things like this difficult, especially it being medical attention and then people just summing up mental illness and not having a separation, like mental illness as in people needing medications to be able to be right, and trauma as in people just needing to have specific needs and requirements to be able to cope with said trauma that they've gone through, which is why they have boundaries about certain things. So, in my opinion, is a difference. So, I have difficulties when it comes to medical issues and holding a job. I find a job that I'm able to do this. And then when it comes to disability, disability gets really hard. And then lawyers don't want to freaking help me because of everything else. And I love being social media. And on disability, it even says if you have a job or an employment, self employment thing that you're doing, you honestly can actually get a loan, like a two grand loan just to go towards said business. And you get help to be able to afford supporting yourself in whatever you do so that you don't have to rely on said services. And to me, I feel that's part of your needs and attention when it comes to your healthcare and being able to afford your healthcare so you don't need these programs, so you can be independent. So this is really making sure that you are able to take care of your necessary social services needs. And when it comes to people having their own job and what they do, even though it doesn't quite support them yet, but that's what your services are for, and to help them in being able to do that and what they already do, instead of taking that from them and saying you have to figure it out this way, we tell you to. And then it's hard for me to be able to pay for what exactly I need to be able to do my own work so that I can support myself, because what I have to go to the library, but the library said I can only check out the internet once a week, and then next week I have to wait a week so that other people can get the internet. Well, that's not helping me to be able to keep my work going. So that's a necessary need. And then when it comes to these services, when it comes to the phone, I can really never get one. It's really hard to do it. And then to get y'all to help me to do it, you tell me to go to a website that I'm already having difficulties with. So you sit there and throw me through a bunch of fires whenever I says medical needs and attention. This is giving me extreme anxiety to the point to where I go into a depression lockdown. This is part of my medical needs. Excuse me, you're neglecting me and my medical needs of my anxieties, and I have paperwork showing that I'm allergic to your medications, so I'm feeling neglected double time. While I'm sitting here having strength trying to create something for myself, while Facebook totally sabotaged the shit out of me while I was making something. I was able to pay for my own phone. Now I'm not even able to do that. I gotta start all over again. Our resources go, oh, well, we're going to do this and this, but we're not going to help you get to the point to where you can be financially independent on my own with what I already do. With it being a possibility, you're just going to have me rely on disability when it doesn't even support me, a place and a car and everything like that. What I have going on may not do it right now, but it has more potential than what you got. You're sitting here talking about taking it away. Why do I have to wait so long? When you get mad at me for protesting out on your sidewalks, because some people just don't get along. Some people would like to be able to work and do their work. And some people would like to be able to try to find their community where they get actual real support and not just be told and then neglected and blamed. Or use something against them where you have medical, it's even legal here. Marijuana is legal. So are you going to use that against me to keep me from getting a house or care, help, because I use something that's legal and that's medically something that I can get a green card for the PTSD that I go through and my joints on top of that? Are you going to help me with that? Well, you said medical needs. I'm not applicable for you? Oh, it is for me though. It's part of my medical needs. I already know. I try to take care of myself, but y'all take it away from me. And my work is a part of that. It keeps me from being depressed. Needing my phone, needing the right service to be able to do my work, needing internet from your library every day to be able to do my work because you don't want to give me a phone to be able to do my work. So what medical needs are you really helping with? Or are you just trying to give me more trauma because I can't do something you say I have to do? And once again, now I feel inadequate to your society, and then now I'm feeling neglected again. So let's see, because Tuesday, I have a care management appointment. And I am over my head with anxiety, and my going live, social media, helps me to be able to get an outlet. So I can at least keep myself in a corner and not go to a fucking sidewalk because I don't know, because I go manic. Or sit outside next to a tree, I don't know, because I need to cry and I go manic. Or somehow figure out some sort of support freaking team to sit here and help me and feel like I've got progress going on, feel anxiety filled, and feel manic. When it's not even manic, it's just trauma over 12 years of constantly being neglected of my actual medical needs. And then being thrown in jail because of my disabilities. Is that entitlement? Or is that literally wanting to have a life just like everyone else while everyone literally shits on me and say, you don't approve, so I guess I don't deserve nothing? While you take care of pedophiles, murderers in prisons, and I don't deserve shit. I deserve to die in a ditch. Start taking care of each other's medical needs. You say do it. And actually do it. Not give us a bunch of fucking excuses while you sit here and gaslight us saying we're having a bunch of excuses. I'm giving you medical paperwork saying, and give me a specialist when it comes to EDS, and let's see who really does or doesn't have it, because people on EDS should be getting disability. You should have been having me on disability, Florida, but apparently I had to go to New York to try to get something. So New York, if you want to be pissed at Florida. Please. You want things get done? And you want to do something? Stop going after the victims and then calling us we're the ones victimizing ourselves. What the fuck kind of gaslighting bullshit is that? That is against all my medical needs. That's against disability rights if I was on disability, using my disabilities against me. You have got to be fucking kidding me. And that's exactly what court's doing when it comes to arresting your homeless people for literally sleeping out in public. You're not arresting them for drinking. You're not arresting them for drugs. You're arresting them for sleeping because they ain't got a home. Now, if they have a home and they're sleeping out in public, okay, I'll give you that one. But no, you arrest the ones that don't have fucking homes. And you want to say, oh, that's not discrimination. Because it goes to everyone, even though your actions result in homeless. I think I feel better. Because I'm anxiety filled, literally anticipating this freaking appointment because I've gone through nothing but fiery freaking hoops and no avail, no relief, and constantly terrified of ending up back on the sidewalk and ending up in jail. And that is against our Eighth Amendment. That is cruel and unusual punishment. And that's not just me. That's our whole Constitution disappearing. That's not just my problem. That's all of our problems.